folks. So I bet on this camera you can't actually tell any difference with my hair at all, but I did mention in my last video that I wanted to try a braided sewing, a beaded sewing, excuse me, as I had this hair braided in earlier on in the week, and they sewn 4 tracks, all doubles bar one, which was a triple track, which was sort of in the middle of my head coming across here. And I found that it was far too bulky for me. I'm used to wearing all different types of hair extensions, and last time I had in micro rings and they were super duper flat, so I was quite conscious and I found it quite uncomfortable. So I thought, after watching quite a few videos, and I've had beaded sewing before, and I always thought it would be quite easy to do, but just perhaps not on yourself. And thanks to NMM Inc, whose video shows you in real simple terms how to do a beaded sewing, it actually gave me the confidence to do it. And she also shows you quite well how to attach the micro ring with just using a needle and thread, which is really good, which is what I did, because the needles that you buy specifically to attach micro rings, they break all the time. So this is a great way of doing it, I think, so thank you for that. My idea was to only do the 2 top tracks, because the bottom 2 they're not really overly bulky, so I thought I'd paid good money to have it done really, and I might as well get some of the money out, some of the use out of the money I've spent. So I've left those 2 in, and it took me, this is my first attempt, I haven't practiced on anybody or anything before, and it took me 2 hours to do 2 tracks. So I used the tracks, the partings that were already there from the sewing, so that was sort of a little bit of the job done for me. And then I purchased some sensational micro beads. They're the Rema Goddess micro beads. They're not silicone lined, but as I'm only having a few on my head, it didn't really matter. And those were £6.99 for 600 from Beauty Queen Cosmetics in Wolverhampton. So I attached the micro rings using the needle and thread, as I mentioned, and this is how I did that. And from them doing a whole row, this is how it should look. It's not, I would say, the neatest work, but you can't see it once the track's sewn on anyway, so it didn't matter. So that's what this looks like. Then the difficult task of sewing, which I was most nervous about, to be honest. So what I did was I threaded the needle through, now I doubled them up again, so I had to thread the needle through 2 wefts, and doing the 2 wefts, to be honest, was the most, keeping them together as you're going around the head was the most difficult thing for me. And then you just loop, you just sew. I used a curved needle to sew. I didn't go through the tracks, I went under the track and then up through where your micro bead is on the hair, and then I'd tie a little knot in it and then just go across like that. And I've got a video to show you as well of how I did that. So here's how I did that. And then I just doubled, tripled, quadrupled it over at the ends to obviously secure it. So really it wasn't too bad. I didn't get too annoyed with it. So like I say, it just took me 2 hours really. And I did start to speed up as I got towards the end, so I think in the future I'll speed up and get a little bit quicker. I'm just pleased that I can, from now on in the future, I'll be able to actually do myself and save myself a lot of money, because like I say, I've messed around with so many different hair extensions. This year alone I've spent about £450, which is not good at all. So this is what the finished track looked like. And this is what the finished product looks like. And I'll put some pictures in as well of just to show you how flat the tracks actually are. And they're great because they do lie flat to the head, and you can pull your hair back and you can tie it up in a ponytail. So it's got more versatility than a sewing, and you don't have to put it with the horrible itching as well that you get from the braids. So if people could learn how to do this themselves, I think it's a really, really good sort of method to use. I was looking at the Manex, is it? The individual strand at home kit that you can do. The True Bond, I think it's called. And my fiance was really, really kind, and he said to me that he would lend me the money to get the kit and everything so I could do that. and that was fine because it came to, well, at the moment it's on sale, and that would be about, it was £112, but then with shipping it come to 150, so it kind of bumped it up a bit, and I would have really liked to buy it and try it, but it's quite a bit of money to shell out in the initial instance. It's a shame that you can't get it from anywhere but America, so I don't know in the future if they'll you know, have a distribution place sort of in Europe or anything, but it looks like a really good method. I've always wanted to be able to do the individual micro sort of bonded strands myself, but I'm happy with my hair at the minute, so I'll keep on with this method I think for a while, and if I can invest in that £150 at some point, so like I say, when I get the money hopefully I'll buy that and I'll try that, and then you know, you'll hear from me on that at some point in the future. Any questions please ask, any comments, please don't hesitate. I feel so much better now. Please go out and learn this method and try it and let me know how you get on. Thanks for watching.